I hear this about once a month. They say, Tim, I want to have a house that is a great lot, lots of trees, traditional, feels like a great community, but I don't want to build it to feel like I'm in DC or in Northern Virginia. Do you have something like that? I got a house to show you. Let's take a look at 11533 Clara Barton here in Fairfax Station. All right, everyone, here we are, 11533 Clara Barton here in Fairfax Station, which is really close to Old Town Fairfax, George Mason University. You can get over to Fairfax County Parkway, take you over to NGA, just a nice thing. So let's take a look at this property on the outside. Beautiful center hall colonial, built in 1984. Check out these beautiful trees. And this is the fall, y'all, so getting some nice colors out here. As you can see on this house, this is a private drive. There's 7 homes on this private drive. That means that you'll take care of the maintenance of this, but they add that into your HOA fee, so you just pay that fee. It's actually quite nominal, but just something to be aware of. Nice brick walkway. Let's take a look inside. All right, here we are in the foyer here, coat closet. Take a look at this formal living room. I really like this fireplace that you can see through to the other room. I can't wait to show you that room. It's my favorite room in this house. So I shouldn't share it with you yet, but I got to because it's so nice. Crown molding. Beautiful floors. Now this is my favorite room. Look at this. Arch ceilings. Excuse me, these are vaulted ceilings. It's one of those days, guys. All right, take a look at these windows. Bay windows are gorgeous, just overlooking the lot on the outside. Built-ins, great place for putting your books, for a study. I don't know about you, I could work in here. I could do a lot of great things in here for contemplating, figuring out a business plan, strategizing, thinking. Love it. I might change the door, but it works. All right, let's head over here into the formal dining room. Great size. It's centered well. Crown molding again, overlooking the back, giving you a lot of privacy. If you're gonna have your meals, formal meals in here. It's a great time of the year for Thanksgiving, thinking about that. So you can even put a larger table in here and still have adequate room around for everyone to get up, Uncle Louie to go and take a nap somewhere else. All right, let's look at this kitchen here. Timeless backsplash. I talk about that a lot. Look at that. This is from 2014. One of my other videos was a brand new construction over in another neighborhood in Fairfax. And what did they have? They had the subway tiles as well. So you can see here we're going on 11 years and that timeless look is still available. 42-inch cabinets, solid wood. Nice deep sink. Window overlooking the backyard. Nice little island, not too big, but just enough for setting a few things down, gathering around it for time of hanging out with some of your guests or family while you're cooking in the kitchen. Eat-in kitchen area, another great bay window. It's nice to see a house, traditional home that makes these bay windows throughout and gives you space. You can actually sit right down there. I was here the other weekend and one of the people that came through said, "Oh, that'd be a great place for my cat to sit." I was like, "Yep, cat lovers, that's your place right there." All right, take a step down into this living room. Check it out. So you get this, it feels like these are 9-foot ceilings here at this point. And you can feel it. It feels very spacious, it's open. I can see someone putting in some recessed lights. Give yourself a little bit more light in here. Again, we have another fireplace. And here's your bay window looking over the front of the home. It's just lovely. Tell me what you think. I mean, we're up, you're kind of up. So you're up, you have a little bit of a hill going down. Some people like it. I'm thinking about when I'm looking at that, I think about how water would go away from the property, especially if the house has not been set in a hill. Just things to be considering, thinking about. It could be a great place for sledding. Washer and dryer. Side load garage. I am a fan of side load garages. And the only reason I like side load garages is that it just looks like it's a part of the home. You may have the brick front of the house, and you just don't think that you have this big 2-car garage, but you still have that extra space, but it just makes it feel like it's an extension of the home. That's why I like side load garages. All right, screen-in porch. Look at this. If you know me, you know I am a sucker for screen-in porches and also brewing a nice cup of coffee and sitting out and reflecting on life in one of these places. Look at this. I'm just gonna be quiet for a minute so you can just hear how quiet it is. Now this lot is 1.4 acres. Tons of space. It's on a septic, but it's also on public water. So the party can overflow from the screen-in porch out here to this nice deck. Grilling out here. A lot of folks wanted to know how far this property line goes. I won't go through all of it, but I want to show you what all you can do with this space. If you have kids and you want to have birthday parties or little youth outings here, you could do so many things. I'm thinking fire pit, games, lots of fun. And even over this area out here, it just keeps going. Look at that. Head all the way out here. Volleyball, a little game, a little kickball game. All of the above. And just make this a really nice lot. You can see. You can't even see the house from here. But this is all part of a 1.4 acre lot for this property. You can picture these beautiful trees. As I was saying, you're going to see a few shots of the neighborhood. And when you drive, right when you drive into the neighborhood from 123 Ox Road, whatever you want to call that, you make a right into Claire Barton, all of a sudden you just feel like you're in a different, completely different area. Roads are wide, nicely paved, manicured lawns, sense of community. You see signs up for the Fairfax, the tennis and pool. That's over here, the club. When you drive down the streets, you go slow, 20, 25 miles an hour. See people walking on the side. Everyone respects the walkers. There's a nice pond here in the neighborhood. It's just one of those places you go, wow, I didn't know this kind of place existed here in Northern Virginia. It does. It's called Fairfax Station. All right, let's go upstairs, guys. And you can see there's some things you could do to improve. You could change the carpet out. I'll save the primary for last. Check out these secondary bedrooms. They're a great size. Looking over the front of the house. ceiling fans in each room. I love ceiling fans, especially on these homes. I mean, this is 1984. My home's property is a little bit older. It's in the 70s. I just think it gets a little stuffier in these homes, and it's always great to be able to have a ceiling fan and get yourself some more air circulation, especially in the summertime. Another great sized room. This one's overlooking the back of the backyard. Windows are original, but they have a storm window as well. So you may just want to see if they are efficient enough, but it may be an expense to think about a little bit later on improving the windows. Okay, primary bedroom. All right, look at this. Now, you can see there's vaulted ceilings, but check out that. Skylights, beams, exposed beams. It's just beautiful. You have your two dormer windows here. Brings in some nice natural light. It just has this homey feel in this room. Go over here to your walk-in closet. And your bath, the dual sinks, skylight again. A lot of our clients will ask when we go into looking at a property with skylights, they will be concerned about kind of water intrusion. And yeah, you do need to think about it because there is the flashing around it has to be secure. I have to look at the MLS listing again, but I believe this roof was redone in 2016. And it's an architectural shingle. So it's just another normal maintenance. As you're watching things throughout the years, just to see if there's any type of leaking around your skylight. But I love how a skylight brings in such natural light into primary bedroom, living room. So I love it. Okay, we're in the basement, guys. So check this out. So this basement is the finished section. There is a half bath over here. The ceiling height's decent. I would say it's just about 8-foot ceilings. So it doesn't have that basement feel, except for that you see the overhead right here, the overhang. This is where the ductwork goes. So yeah, it's always gonna feel a little shorter here. All right, now the unfinished area, the HVAC unit, water heater. Then you have this great area for storage. Why do I love unfinished basements? Well, I'll tell you why. One of my clients several years ago, we would go in a lot of homes and he says, I want to see the homes with unfinished basements. I love them. And I said, why do you love the unfinished basement? And he said, because I can see how the house responds to water, how it responds to gutters, and see if there's anything I need to take care of, because sometimes if you're behind the drywall, you can't find out until it's not too late, but when it has a bigger problem. All right, guys. All right, this is 11533 Clara Barton, and I hope you enjoy the tour.